Good stuff, finally. The Raptors come off a good win after losing two games to Brooklyn and Atlanta. The Raptors come into this game in their OVO jerseys and they get the W here. Raptors win 105-100 over the Dallas Mavericks as they end their two-game win streak, and they're now 10-9 in the season. I mean, this is actually a pretty good game because in the nick of time, Fred VanVleet comes back to the lineup. We're feeling pretty good because Fred, look, he has been out with an injury, maybe with some sickness, but let's see what we can do with this player. Let's see what we can do about it. We did our job and we did what we're supposed to do. Let's get through this game. First period was an absolute torture. I mean, the Raptors were making silly turnovers. They couldn't get the rebound, which resulted in a Thaddeus Young foul. Luka gets I think it was like an N1 layup too, which resulted in a Koloko foul. I mean, there was not a lot of good plays. However, because your defense in the first quarter was atrocious, the offense was just sluggish. However, you made it a game to cut the lead to 5, with of course OG making a 3-pointer, Fred Boucher making the putback layup. Boucher tags to the board to put the bucket in. Fred making a 2-pointer just in the nick of time. We've seen that every time, and we're up, and you're down 29-24. And of course, that's not a good way to start the quarter. But in the second period, we're like, there you go, good stuff. You know, you're down by 5, and now you came back. We've seen Gary Trent Jr. kicking the quarter off with a step back. We've seen Thaddeus Young making the layup. We've seen Boucher making a bank shot. Downton laying the bucket. Hernan Gomez make a 3-pointer. There's so much good things about this team. I mean, the defense was better. The offense was pretty good. And, of course, well, boy, oh boy. It was a lot closer than I expected. But in the end of the second half, of course, at that end, you saw Luka Doncic making the deep 3. And it's a 54-52 Raptors lead at the half. So you were down by 5, but then you came back and you win the quarter. Let me see, 30-23. You were on a huge run. But then things go downhill in the third. Unfortunately, you let Dwight Powell tie the game up with the layup. You see Anunoby laying the ball in to retake the lead. We've seen OG attacking to make the layup. Fred making a 3-pointer. Boucher, well, did he make a 3-pointer? I'm not saying, I don't think so, because he missed the 3-pointer, and then Boucher tips the ball in. And of course, this is where things get even more worse, because the Mavericks turn over the ball, and we realized that it was deflected on the Raptors. Phil Kennedy, out of all things, look, the guy's all right. Don't get me wrong, but you really need to review that to see if that was actually legitimately deflected off the Raptors. It turns out it was deflected. Yeah, not really. It was deflected off Dallas, I'm assuming, but that's okay. Of course, Gomez makes a 3-pointer. OG doesn't make the layup, but that's okay. VanVleet lays it in, and then but puts it back in. OG makes the power move, and you turn over the ball. That's not fun. But then, of course, you make a step back 3. Okay, defense and offense is back together now, and you win the quarter 27-21. You're up 81-73 at the third quarter. But in the fourth quarter, oh man, it was all chaotic as heck. OG Anunoby denies Luka Doncic's 3-pointer. Luka's shot. Of course, Raptors get a foul because Gomez will make a foul where he stumbles it. Oh my god, that's not good. Gomez makes a hook shot to retake the lead. Thank God. OG makes a 3-pointer. Okay. Christian Wood gets called on a loose ball foul. Okay, we're making some good things here. Boucher makes an alley-oop from VanVleet. I mean, that's just pretty good. And of course, this is where things get even worse because technically the Raptors blocked the shot, And they got a goaltend. Oh, great. Out of all circumstances, there you go. And then, of course, OG gets called on a flagrant, and then he gets fouled. Real stuff, man. But then, of course, Boucher, at the last minute of the game, Chris Boucher drives to the basket, makes a jumper, and gets the and one. And he did not make the next free throw. If he made that one free throw, we would have been up by 4. But I can't complain. But then, of course, in the dying minutes, Luka passes the ball to the Mavericks player. Oh, what do I do? Do I shoot a 3? Do I shoot 2? Oh, I turn over the ball. The Raptors turn over the ball. The Raptors make some clutch free throws to put the game away. And that's how the game ends. And boy, that was close. I mean, despite the Raptors losing the quarter 27-24, you still win the game. You still win the game despite that fourth quarter. Despite a flagrant foul on OG Anunoby, despite some turnovers. This was actually a really good game for the Toronto Raptors, especially on OVO night. No Pascal Siakam, no Scotty Barnes, no problem. We took it down like we're just on cruise control, and boy, this was actually pretty good. Let's go through these scores. Let's go through the players for the scores. And yes, I'm going to do it on the score app. And then, of course, I'll do the stats on Chrome. So, let's go through each player. Dwight Powell, he played for 14 minutes. He had 8 points. He had 2 rebounds. And he made 2 steals. And point field range, he made 2 of them. Of course. Your percentage, okay, he did pretty good. He had some free throws, 2 for 2. There you go. He didn't make any 3-pointers. Denny Finney-Smith had 16 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals and a block. Of course, he made 5 out of his 12 field goal range. He was pretty good on the free throws, despite him not being that great on the 3-pointers, 3 for 9. Luka Doncic had 24 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, a block. And of course, he made some. Of course, we know what we saw from him. He made, you guessed it, 2 out of 4 3-pointers. He is absolutely a player that people should watch out for. Reggie Bullock had 4 points. He did not do that great. Spencer had 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Spencer Dinwiddie had only 15 points, 2 rebounds, and 7 assists. Maxi Caliber had 11 points. 5 rebounds, 3 assists at this point. Christian Wood had 10 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 steal and made 3 blocks. Tim Hardaway had 4 points. He had 2 assists, 2 rebounds. Jalen Green, who got fouled out of the game, had 6 points, a rebound, 2 assists. JaVale McGee. Okay, seriously, I need to stop joking about that. JaVale McGee had 2 points, 2 rebounds, and assists. I mean, okay. Yeah, there you go. For the Raptors, Thaddeus Young had 4 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. He made 2 steals and field goal, and he didn't make any threes, which is all right. Herman Gomez had 10 points, 5 rebounds. Yet, of course, he made 2 out of his 4 3-pointers. Gary Trent Jr. did not do well. He had 9 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 steals. He played for 27 minutes. That wasn't really great. OG Anunoby had 26 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. While Fred VanVleet had the same points as OG Anunoby, except this time he had 6 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal, and no blocks. Chris Boucher had 22 points, 13 rebounds, a steal. Kem Birch had 6 points. Jeff Downey had 6 points, and that was pretty much it. Because, well, you did pretty good. You actually beat Dallas. So far, so good. And we did it in style. No OG. Oh, sorry, no OG. No Odor Porter Jr., no Precious Achua, no Scotty Barnes, no Golden Child, no Spicy P, no Delano Banton, no Justin Champagne. No problem. So the next game is tonight where the Raptors take on, oh boy, the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm kind of nervous, but let's see what we can do because the Cavs, oh man, how are the Cavs so good? Oh yeah, they're on they've won. I'm assuming they're one game, and I'm kind of nervous about that, but let's see what we can do. And, oh yeah, I forgot stats. I forgot about that. Field goal percentage. Uh, the Dallas Mavericks had made 35 out of their 73 field goals. The Raptors had 38 out of their 88 field goals. So 43% from the Raptors, 48% from the Mavericks. Three-pointer wise, I mean, you weren't that great on threes, but you had 30.8% on the threes, while the Mavericks had 28% on threes. Free throws, yeah, you know what? It's the more simple said than done thing. The Mavericks had 34 total rebounds, 4 offensive rebounds, 28 assists, 5 blocks, 7 steals, 16 turnovers, and had 42 points in the paint, while the Raptors had 48 total rebounds, 17 offensive rebounds, 20 assists, 2 blocks, 10 steals. He made 13 turnovers, and he had points in the paint by 54 points. Pretty good. So again, like I mentioned, the Raptors take on the Dallas Mavericks tonight. Let's hope we can win against this. Oh, no. I mean Cleveland Cavaliers. So tonight, let's see what we can do against Cleveland. Let's see if we can win this game. Because, yeah, you gotta start something. So you gotta win against Cleveland. Let's hope we can. Hopefully.